Hello and welcome. My name is Kimberly Ann. I want to welcome you to the Rose Garden, where I help women all around the world cultivate peace, tranquility, happiness, all within a feminine mindset. So stick around because we're about to dive in. Hello, and welcome back to episode 3 of How to Be Peaceful series. In the last episode, we explored the power of mindfulness and how being present can lead to greater peace. Today, we are going to deep dive into another critical, y'all hear me? Crucial aspect of inner peace, which is self-compassion. It might sound simple, but showing some compassion to yourself is one of the most profound ways to create lasting peace in your life. So let's explore how we can cultivate kindness toward ourselves and build a foundation for inner peace. So, what is self-compassion? You might be asking. And self-compassion, which is really self-love, is the practice of treating yourself with the same kindness, the same care, and the same understanding that you would offer to a dear friend who may be in need. It's about being gentle with yourself, especially during very difficult times that you may have. And all too often, we can be our harshest critics. We can judge ourselves for past mistakes or current mistakes even, for failures, or even some shortcomings. But with self-compassion, it invites us to shift our mindset and to recognize that we are all imperfect and all very deserving of kindness. Self-compassion it's not just about self-pity or letting ourselves off the hook for our actions. Instead, it's about acknowledging the pain and the struggles without passing judgment. It is offering ourselves comfort and support just as we would for someone we love. It's understanding that we are all human and we all experience challenges and suffering. By being compassionate towards ourselves, we literally create space for healing, growth, and inner peace. So now we're going to tap on the importance of self-compassion for inner peace. And you may be wondering, why is this so important? Why do we need self-compassion? Why do we need self-love? Well, it's an easy way to understand this concept and why it's so important. This concept correlates directly to how we treat ourselves, which impacts how we experience the world around us. And if we are constantly critical or judgmental of ourselves, it is so easy to carry the negative thoughts into our interactions with others. We may feel unworthy or disconnected, and our sense of inner peace can be greatly disrupted with such a negative mindset. On the other hand, when we practice self-compassion, we begin to nurture a sense of inner security and trust, and we stop seeking external validation to feel at peace, because we've already cultivated a strong, loving relationship with ourselves. But now with self-compassion, it allows us to accept ourselves fully, which in turn creates a deep sense of peace that is not so easily shaken by the external circumstances that we may face. Next, we're going to tap into the science behind self-compassion. Does self-compassion really work? That would be our hypothesis for a science project if we were to turn self-compassion into science. We would need to test factors within ourselves and our environment around us to see the effects of self-compassion working. The answer to that question, even without us having to create our own experience, or our own experiment rather, is yes. Okay? Research has shown that practicing self-compassion has a number of wonderful benefits. Studies have found that people who are more self-compassionate tend to experience lower levels of anxiety, depression, and also stress. They also have heightened libido. They are able to perform better in work, bed. If you're sports, if you play any sports, you perform better at playing sports. They're also more resilient and better able to cope with any challenges that could possibly arrive. Self-compassion activates the brain's caregiving system, which is responsible for feelings of safety, love, and comfort. When we practice self-compassion, we trigger these positive feelings in our brain, leading to a greater emotional regulation and a calmer mind. In short, self-compassion isn't just a feel-good practice. It's scientific. Y'all hear me? It is science. You know what? I don't know why I can't say science today. There, I said it right. It is scientifically proven to help us feel more peaceful and resilient in the face of life's difficulties. Just like I had a difficult time pronouncing scientifically. Look, and I'm still pronouncing it wrong. You guys may be wondering why I am shooting this episode this way. I legitimately had to do my hair because it needed to really be washed and done. And I have to be at work in the morning. I'm already sleepy. I had class today. So I decided I still wanted to show up for you guys on the channel and keep my promise to post this episode on Thursday like promised. So I did it this way. I promise you will see my face on the next episode that I do for the Rose Garden. I'm still kind of thinking about the next subject for what I'll talk about on Monday. Or was it Monday or Tuesday? Yeah, it was Monday that I did the last video, but didn't post till Tuesday. And I talked about manifestation hacks of mine that I use. So I know a lot of people were asking me about. Excuse me, you guys. I'm so sorry. We're asking me about how I use astrology to create my love language or figure out what my exact love language is. I think I'm going to dive into that concept so that other people can utilize astrology to do the same thing. Because it is a very, very, very needed and important concept. And that also can help cultivate peace in your life as well when you have this knowing of yourself that allows you to be a much better person, not just to external factors or people around you, but just to yourself. Like, being able to truly and deeply understand yourself leads to so much inner peace. Oh my goodness. I can only say this because I experienced it for myself. Once I kind of understood why I communicated the way I did, and what my parents' purpose was here, because some of us have parental wounds. I have a little brother that is really dealing with his right now. He's having a very hard time. Once you kind of deal with those wounds and your natal chart reveals it, and then you realize, okay, this is my love language, this is what I need to communicate this way, I need to be more vocal in this area. Once you're able to really figure that out, it gives you so much power. It's not funny. So I would really like to offer those tools to others who are capable of reading their natal chart like myself, and they may be in a process of learning. I too am still learning, so a lot of what I will present on the Rose Garden, it will be of my own research and from charts that I've read from my own chart, so that others can turn around and use it as well. And usually once I decide to bring something public in regards to my chart, it has been tested over and over and over again. It has been tested. So that's that. I may do that on Monday. I'm actually really like leaning towards doing it on Monday. Like I was literally writing my notes from different things that I had discovered when I discovered my love language in my natal chart, and I was going over like the different houses. So I really think I might tap into that. I'm still debating if I'm gonna actually show my own chart, but it would be easier for me if I showed my own chart. I know that there's like a Chinese law that is saying like don't show your natal chart, because then people know how to defeat you or something like that. But I do also believe in divine guidance and divine timing, and I truly believe that no one can really take you off your path unless it was meant for you to go off that path. So that's neither here nor there. Back to the regular programming. Thank you for your patience, and thank you for being a part of the video thus far. So we're going to talk about mindful self-talk. And you may be like, well, Kim, we just talked about mindfulness last week. Well, this, my dear, is mindful self-talk. The way we talk to ourselves has such a huge impact on our mental and emotional well-being. It's not funny. So many people spend days on end just downing themselves and literally re-traumatizing themselves with the words that they say to themselves on a daily basis. And people need to really stop and just think about what it is that they want to accomplish and be your own cheerleader. Like it's so important that you are mindful with the way you talk to yourself, so you can be your own cheerleader, and then you're not attached to an outcome of someone's approval. You get what I'm saying? So when you make a mistake or face a challenge, you want to ask yourself, how am I going to respond? Are you going to berate yourself? Are you going to offer words of encouragement? Are you going to give yourself some self-love and a little bit of grace? Or are you going to re-traumatize yourself like maybe your father did when you were younger? A key practice in self-compassion is being mindful of your inner dialogue. When you notice that you're being like critical to yourself and your thoughts are arising and they're also being critical of you, I want you to make sure that you pause and replace them with kind, supportive words. Words of affirmation. For example, instead of thinking, I messed up again, I'm such a failure, try saying, it's okay, I've made this mistake, but I can learn from this and I can move forward. And you really got to make the steps to move forward. Like, don't just say it to yourself. Okay? The shift in self-talk can help reframe challenges and opportunities for growth rather than reasons for self-blame. Compassionate touch. Sometimes words alone aren't even enough to comfort us. That's where self-compassion touch can come in. When you're feeling down or anxious, try placing your hand over your heart and gently rub your arm. Research has shown that physical touch, especially when it's gentle and nurturing, can activate some calming systems in your brain. As a hug from a loved one, this simple act of self-soothing can provide comfort and bring you back to a place of great inner peace. So next we're going to talk about embracing your imperfections. And this is one of the biggest obstacles of self-compassion in our unrealistic desire for perfection. We can often think that in order to be worthy of love or peace, we have to get everything right. And I have been there. It does not work. No matter how perfect you try to make yourself, how big you try to make yourself, you will always fall back into the trap, is what I like to call it. So sometimes we think that in order to be worthy of love or peace, we just got to be the most perfect being. But the truth is, imperfection is a natural part of being human. And when you embrace your flaws and the mistakes as part of your unique journey, this allows you to release the pressure of perfectionism and be kinder to yourself. So the next time that you feel like falling short, remind yourself that it's okay to be imperfect. In fact, it's the imperfections that make you beautiful, honey. They don't diminish your worth or your peace. They make you better. They make you special in your own special way. So now we want to overcome self-judgment and shame. A major barrier to self-compassion is the presence of self-judgment and shame. We may feel that we don't deserve compassion because we've made mistakes or we failed in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But here's the truth. No matter what you've done or how you stumbled, you are worthy of kindness and care. Compassion is not about ignoring mistakes or pretending they didn't happen. It's about treating yourself with understanding, and when you face the difficult times and moments, you are better equipped to handle those situations. Now, the role of self-compassion has a lot of things that can help you improve your relationships with others. And when you treat yourself with kindness, you're more likely to extend that kindness to others. You can practice self-compassion. It helps you cultivate empathy, patience, and understanding, qualities that are essential for building strong and peaceful relationships. Furthermore, when you are compassionate with yourself, you're less likely to seek validation or approval from others. This creates a healthier, more balanced relationship where love and support are given freely without expectations or resentment. So as we wrap up today's episode, I truly encourage you all to begin incorporating self-compassion into your daily life. I want you guys to start small. Whether it's just a small mindful talk or a self-compassionate touch, or simply just allowing yourself to embrace your imperfections. Treating yourself with kindness, you'll build a solid foundation of peace from within. Remember, peace isn't just about creating calm around you. It's about creating calm within. And self-compassion is one of the most powerful ways to nurture that inner peace. I truly, truly, truly want to thank you all so much if you made it this far in the video for watching today's episode. Thank you for this different way of me doing this. I hope you guys enjoyed my pictures of Bali. It is my dream to visit Bali. It is on my dream board, and I am actively working on my hair right now. And I'm acting like I'm getting ready for my trip to Bali, just like I did for my date that I had, my first date in 7 years. So, I will see you all in the next episode, where we are going to explore how to manage your thoughts and emotions in ways that support your inner peace. Until next time, take care of yourself. Make sure you click subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, share it with a friend who may need to cultivate even more peace and kindness. And remember, peace begins within you. Have a wonderful day.